that listens and will continue to listen in the upcoming year. Another thank you goes out to our wonderful sponsors. With everyone's support, NCTV45 will continue to grow. The staff and management of NCTV45 want to send sincere wishes that you have a successful and prosperous new year. Happy New Year from NCTV45. Standing in digital paradise, loving what we do and doing it for you. We're NCTV45.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Because you deserve more. It's 4-star pizza. We deliver too. And now it's time to get to the birthdays, and here we go. Judy Goss, happy birthday. Phil Favas Sr., happy birthday. Jimmy Rierick, happy birthday. Jody Micko, happy birthday. My good friend Mark Brest, happy birthday. Joe Toscano, happy birthday. Rhonda Lynn, happy birthday. And Thora Dunphy, happy birthday. Make sure you get that second piece of birthday cake and celebrate all year long on this New Year's Eve. In state news, this a little scare. Agriculture Department reminds poultry owners to be vigilant and protect against the highly pathogenic avian influenza. The Department of Agriculture reminds all poultry owners, backyard flocks, and commercial producers to keep their guard up to protect their birds from the highly pathogenic avian flu, HPAI. After a full law in directives for several months, Pennsylvania has detected a new case of the influenza in a game bird in the eastern part of the state, North Cumberland County. So make sure that you're protecting against that. Now, also, take a look at these. That on display at the Hoyt. These pictures, if you would, after Pearl Harbor's attack on December 7th, a massive war effort was undertaken to prepare U.S. forces for the war. Thomas Hart Benton was among the American artists assigned to produce a visual record of the mobilization effort for the United States Navy. He subtitled the common tasks of folks that had popularized his work in the 1930s with the daily activities of the ordinary sailor. The Hoyt Arts and Education will begin this display on January 2nd, and it will run through the 21st of March. It's the newest exhibition they have for the new year, and it presents quite a story. I think you need to get up and really take a look at that memorable exhibition. Now, the Shapiro administration, and we'll put on state news for that, will secure over $44.4 billion in additional federal funding to reduce methane emissions rampant from unplugging of oil and gas wells. This month, the Shapiro administration received $44 million $457,220 through the Inflation Reduction for projects that permanently reduce methane gas in the Commonwealth. The funds go to the Department of Environmental Protection to work to plug hundreds of low-producing oil gas wells with significant methane emissions, building on the administration's record of setting the pace for abandoned wells. So check that out as there. I believe we had it right. And I apologize to those works of art, as we'll be right back after this. Newswatch rolls on. In state news, as the weather starts to get a little bit chillier and we get into late December, January, remember LIHEAP's around for you. It began on November 1st and will continue to April 5th. Contact your county assistance office for more information on LIHEAP. Don't be left out in the cold. Make sure you stay warm. The state of Pennsylvania would love it with LIHEAP. Now, continuing on, the Hoyt leaving their period house decorated. That will end on the 30th. So, and that's Saturday. As we embark on the new year, make sure that you check that out. Call for a reservation. Stop by. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, Newswatch reminding you that the United Way of Lawrence County, and they had these classes last year, and they were a rousing success. Well, this is the home buyers class of 2024, and we'll put it over there so it doesn't cover my face, but maybe it should. So this sponsored by a lot of different groups, and Gail Young, the United Way director, Darlene Sansone, Penn State Extension, they're doing home buying classes. This will be at First Presbyterian Church. Sponsors include local institutions. There's $50 gift certificates, cards for participants. The program is designed for ALICE, Assisted Limited Income Constrained Employment. And those are folks that just, they're working, but not making enough money to keep up with today's rigorous economy. You can register by calling 724-658-8528. The United Way of Lawrence County, helping Lawrence County families. Now, Rotary. Your last days here to pick up the Rotary calendar. It makes a great late gift. You can get it at Lawrence County Historical Society. Visit Lawrence County. You only got 2 days left. I don't believe you could get to any of these places Sunday. And Phil Fitz Ford, get there, get that calendar, and it's the gift that gives all year. Remember that driver's license photo centers will be closed for the holiday. And you're probably saying, well, what? New Year's. So if you need something, 511 PA, they will be able to assist you. They're closed Saturday, December 30th to January 1st, which is the New Year's holiday. They'll be opening on Monday. Also, last chance to vote for Neshannock Brewing nationally nominated brewery in Pennsylvania. They were a Pennsylvania brewery grand opening tracker, and were 21 new breweries opened in 2023 for the best brewery. Listed just in the top 10, the Shannon Creek Brewery celebrated its grand opening September 23rd this year. So make sure you go vote for that. Holy Spirit Parish, January 1st, will have 9 a.m. Mass at St. Mary's. There will be no rosary, as we always carry that for you, but no rosary that day. And also remember that the property rent rebate that began several years ago, well, it is the 31st. That is the deadline. So that's Sunday. So you really have to get moving today and get it turned in. Now, Newswatch will continue.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
Hello and welcome to Lindy's Lunch. Yes, whether it's their great breakfast or, just like it says, lunch, it's great anytime. Yes, it's Lindy's Lunch. For the best, stop by. Give us a call. Welcome to the Cedars Sports Corner Report, and a very happy, healthy New Year's Eve to you. Let's get off with college basketball. It's the Robert Morris Colonials on the road up at Green Bay. 1 o'clock, and that on the Plus. Now, Youngstown State will be at home 2:30. They're taking on Oakland, and that also on the Plus. As we take a look at further action, 3 o'clock, Oklahoma at Monmouth, and that on the Plus, or Monmouth at Oklahoma, excuse me. Now, getting to the 4 o'clock hour, Morehead State at Southeast Missouri, 4:15. Oral Roberts at Denver, 5 o'clock. And Washington at Utah, 6 o'clock. Your nightcap for college basketball features Arizona at Cal, 8 o'clock. Both those last two on the Pac-12 network. Now, as you get over to the NHL, and quite a bit of action there. So let's start off with your Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's go, Pens. All games on the Plus, 6 o'clock. Pens host the New York Islanders. Let's go, Pens. As I hope they start the new year off right. Now, the rest of the NHL. Winnipeg at Minnesota, 2 o'clock. Boston at Detroit, 5 o'clock. Buffalo at Ottawa, 6 o'clock. Montreal at Tampa Bay, 7 o'clock. Chicago at Dallas, 8 o'clock. San Jose at Colorado, 8 o'clock. Philadelphia at Calgary, 8 o'clock. Edmonton at Anaheim, 8 o'clock. And so lots of NHL action for the day. As you get to the NBA. Now, they don't have quite as big a schedule, but nevertheless, let's take a look at the Spurs, 7 o'clock. They're taking on the Boston Celtics. down in San Antonio. And that's going to be a great family matchup for me because my son's going to want to know about that. Now, as I said, that at 7 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Atlanta takes on Washington. The Lakers at New Orleans, 7 o'clock. Brooklyn at Oklahoma City, 7 o'clock. Sacramento at Memphis, 8 o'clock. In Orlando, they're at the Phoenix Suns, that at 8 o'clock. College football takes a break today. They'll resume tomorrow. And let's get over to the NFL. Well, your Pittsburgh Steelers, they're on the road, 4 o'clock, Fox. They're taking on Seattle. Let's go Steelers. Got to really be on target now. No room for error. Let's get to the rest of the games. Buffalo. The Bills in action at home, 1 o'clock CBS. They're taking on the Patriots. The Bears at home, 1 o'clock CBS. They're taking on Atlanta. Vegas Raiders taking on the Colts, 1 o'clock CBS. Rams, 1 o'clock, visiting the New York Giants on Fox. Arizona at Philadelphia. That 1 o'clock on Fox. New Orleans at Tampa Bay, 1 o'clock on Fox. San Francisco at Washington, 1 o'clock on Fox. Carolina at Jacksonville, 1 o'clock on CBS. Miami takes on the Baltimore Ravens. Down in Baltimore, that's 1 o'clock, that game on CBS. Now, Tennessee will be at Houston, 1 o'clock on Fox. Get you to your 4:30 games. The Chargers at Denver, that game on CBS. The Cincinnati Bengals, they're taking on Kansas City, 4:30 CBS. And then your nightcap features Green Bay at Minnesota, that on NBC at 8:20. And sorry for keeping up last week's game, as wasn't aware that was on. But there you go. We'll get that out of there. And I thank you for tuning in to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. We're going to take this break, hear from these great sponsors who would like to hear from you. Make sure you head over to Cedars. Make it a New Year's resolution. Get a cold beverage. Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Los Amigos! Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a good bite to eat, make sure to check out Los Amigos. They got you covered with things such as tacos, burritos, moca gente. It's Los Amigos. Los Amigos! Los Amigos! Los Amigos!
Hello and welcome to Nctv45 Newswatch as we reflect back on 2023 and give a very thankful and positive report on our friends in the Newcastle media. Well, WLTJ, now 104.7, as this is an old picture, still alive and broadcasting. And what you should know is your good friend Gary West, pictured here with yours truly and my son. Gary's doing well, does some work for or some voices for the WLTJ and for NCTV45. And that's one of the things that I think we should be very thankful for as one of the hidden treasures in what I call the greatest castle of the world. Here's another hidden treasure. The Newcastle News. Yeah, I know a lot of times it's easy to give negative connotations with respect to things here in Newcastle or Lawrence County. Well, here are some of the positive events, maybe in the last 2 months or 8 weeks, that you should be kind of aware of, and some of them via the Newcastle News. Cassie Smith, and before I talk about her, Debbie Wagner wrote the article on November 23rd, 2023. Cassidy Smith felt grateful to Matthew Morabito, an Elwood City police officer, and Josh Sight, who helped her during a very stressful time. 2 bullets lodged in Kathy's head are permanent reminders of a horrific night of her and her boyfriend reportedly opened gunfire, several injuring her and her mother in their Elwood City apartment. But she was grateful for the police bravery, and the story reported in the Newcastle News, and that type of reporting, very difficult to do, and hats off to Debbie Wagner for a great story. Now, as we go through these, make sure you go back and possibly take a gander at some of these great things that happened. Stranger prepares Thanksgiving meal for a recent widow in Slippery Rock Township. Gwen Alberts, and I apologize, Gwen, if I messed that up, wrote in the Newcastle News on the 23rd about Rose Foster, an event planning team from Giant Eagle, right there on Butler Avenue, left and store manager, they left the store. Ryan Johnson gave Carol Norton of Slippery Rock Township a Thanksgiving dinner prepared by store employees, Tony Carter, as a recent widow. Now, that's a pretty positive story as we continue on. How about cancer support and a group listening? Now, I know a lot of you people know these folks. I know these folks. And they were mentioned in the news. They're viewers of NCTV45. Carol Peak and Diane DeTillo and Carmi and I don't want Grazius shared a laugh during a Newcastle Cancer Support Group meeting. The group had been part of the community for 25 years. Gwen wrote this story on November 27th. Okay, just a few weeks prior to the December rush. Gwen also wrote about local deer hunters donating deer to feed the needy. And those deer hunters, Taylor Orelli, got a 6-point buck. And she was pictured in the news with A.J. Morelli. Now, as we got to December, and maybe your schedule got a little bit busier, maybe you missed this. The Neshannock man reflected on life volunteer service. And this was Arthur McDonald, a maintenance technician for the Shannock Woods rental community, that reflected on his volunteerism. This wrote by Nick Versella, who does a great job down at the Newcastle News. And I thank Nick for all of his articles. You know, these are the type of readings that may help stimulate your mind just from viewing videos. We get a lot caught up with not reading, and reading may be something that may be very, very helpful. Nick went on to write another article. Neshannock was conducting a holiday Make-A-Wish fundraiser, and the Neshannock High School Superintendent's Advisory Council was helping with this Make-A-Wish, and a lot of young folks involved. That was December 9th. Now, just a few of these great activities that you may have missed. It's always been a tradition here in Newcastle, and they had Shop with a Cop. It created a Merry Christmas, and Debbie Wagner was reporting on it December 14th as she showed youngsters happy that they had the opportunity to do something like that. And what a great feeling. Laurel Girl Scouts were honored, and or honored Shenango World War II veteran. And Nick chipped in with this as members of the Laurel Girl Scouts, Troop 46727, visited Shenango Township. Dominic Alusha, and they did that on Monday, and he had his 101st birthday. Wow. Think about that a second. That is pretty significant. You know, the Newcastle News also recognized somebody during this time. And you're probably wondering who it was. It was Nctv45, yes, yours truly, as the Newcastle News chipped in and talked about my personal experiences. And Nick wrote this article back on October 9th. It was updated on Halloween, and it talked about the fact that Nctv45, myself, 11 years doing this. Not as long as the news. They have a far longer tradition than me. But, wow. That's reaching across the aisle and greatly appreciated. And I thank them for everything that they have written and done in that past year. You know, Nctv45, a friend of the Newcastle News, and I hope a friend of yours, but I hope all the media sources in Newcastle are given the credit that they so much need. Because, you know, it's been a rough ride. We know how bad the economy is. But I thought I'd share in this segment just some really great things that were going on in Lawrence County in 2023. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back as we look forward to 2024. We look back fondly on 2023 with some great marks of achievement that occurred and awards that were given to Nctv45. Of course, you already know we're available on 18 different media sources as you see those in the top corner of your screen. But we were awarded from the state Senate, the state House, the Lawrence County Commissioners, Till College, who had awarded us earlier during what I would call the COVID period of the world. These fine awards, recognition of Nctv45 and the job and the tasks and the enjoyment that we had bringing to you. The last decade has truly been extraordinary, and we've enjoyed every step of the way. But we didn't do it alone. There were great sponsors that were on our page. I hope you visit those local businesses. They really are out there for you. Great media sources that recognized Lawrence County. I hope you recognize them because they are out there for you. And Nctv45, the train will keep going along and keep on rolling into what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. It was great having you as an audience, seeing you along. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Joseph's Supermarket. Special thanks to Joseph's. If you're hungry, don't be out in the desert. Head on down to the old Oasis. It's the Oasis Bar, 303 South Jefferson Street. Call 724-652-6104. Hello and welcome to Nctv45 weather. Lawrence County weather telling you it's 30 degrees outside right now under cloudy skies. And as you look at the local radar, well, we'll go to local radar here. On this last day of the year, you see precip streaming right along Interstate 80. And then down in West Virginia, national scene showing you just the same thing as cloud cover bouncing out to our west. That's going to set up a forecast that looks like this. Last night, 30 and cloudy. Your New Year's Eve, 40 and 31. Expect more rain, 60% chance as you go out and have a good time. Your New Year's Day, 38 and 27 as you sit home and watch some football. And then that gets you into Tuesday, 41 and 27, clear and sunshine. Your Wednesday, 41 and 29, sunshine again. Now on Thursday, 38 and 24, chance of snow flurries there. Yeah, a little bit different situation as we cool off. Friday, 36 and 24. Temperature falling as we go through the week. Your Saturday, 40 and 29. We bounce back up a little bit, and sunshine to go about. Now, that was Lawrence County 45 weather. Now, we're going to take a look at the weather chart and then hear from these great sponsors who would like to hear from you. Hello, I'm Kay, and K is for Kimmel's. It's Kimmel's, home of the delicious, super mouth-watering strudels. Call Kimmel's for the best baked goods.
Hi, pizza friends. You can still find delicious Augustine's Pizza at your local supermarket. The folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
There's more than meets the eye. Gotta give every Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
That's going to do it for this edition of Newswatch. As you go through your day, make sure you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about Nctv45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, oh geez, I don't watch that much TV, why, you tell them this.
NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
That's right, we're NCTV45, The Train, and we're available anytime on your time. A train that runs on your schedule, that's NCTV45. Now, as you go through your day, make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.
NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.